Hey, welcome back to another episode from Life for Living Well. My name is Richard. Before I dive into the topic I have for us this week, I'd like to quickly say if you'd like to know one or two things about Life for Living Well, you can check it out on our website at www.lifeforlivingwell.com. So let's dive in without taking much of your time. The topic that I'm looking at this week is what I call Path to Freedom. And I'll be taking from Victor Franklin about his quotation regarding this topic, and then we'll build up on top of that. So, what does Victor Frank say about to the path of freedom? Is simple. He put it this way: between stimulus and response, there is a space, and in that space is our power to choose our response. So in our response lies our growth and our freedom. And that's so powerful statement by Viktor Frank. And so I will be building more on top of that, and let's get dive into it. So I'm expecting this podcast should just last for 10 minutes, and then we will end close this for this week. So deep down, many are yearning for freedom, but you get to ask them what kind of freedoms we're talking about here. Freedom from what, and why do we need a freedom? So because someone that talk about freedom might be somebody that feel that they are not free. But in this podcast is to expatiate it into the way that open us to let us tap into inbuilt freedoms we have within ourselves: freedom from poverty, freedom for financial hardship, freedom from emotional pain. So it's all down to how you understand this thing. So it all depends on where you are in life. So this freedom comes in different ways. So just think of an example from financial freedom and time. So when I say financial freedom, I'm not really going to the context where the common language today is a financial independence. But I'm talking about financial freedom, so ability to understand how to make money, how to keep money, how to increase money. So this is kind of freedom that you have, because most of the people are not taught about these particular skills and knowledge. So how to manage your time, how to be more productive in your activities with the people, with the work that you do. The choices that you make is not what really happened to us most of the time. It's the decision that we made that led us to that experience. Not overly dependent to others, or not looking up to others all the time for all our needs, even as an adult. So the emotional roller coaster you experience likely depends on anything outside of yourself. It is not worth it. So nevertheless, many of the difficulties we face in life go beyond the physical and methodological in identifying them. So in many cases, it is an unhealthy belief toward happiness, relationship, money, and even to extend success. So the question I'm throwing to you as you listen to this podcast right now is, have you checked your belief? What kind of belief you have toward the money or toward the successful people? What kind of belief you have toward the relationship? So firstly, how could one free oneself without realizing that one's beliefs have enslaved them? And I think someone once said that if you can change your mind, you can change your life. And it's really difficult to change your mind unless you realize that what you are doing is not working for you, and you're humble enough to accept it. And someone said that those who know do not ask why. So it is a great statement of questioning. So unfortunately, many people do not take the time to evaluate their beliefs. And what happens? People will do anything to defend their beliefs, even when they are proven wrong. And in some cases, these beliefs no longer serve their purpose, but you hear it all the time. People say things like, "This is how we do it." People will do anything to resist or accept change. Freedom starts with oneself, challenging the belief that holds us back. The moment there is a shift in belief toward change, dreams becomes reality. Me and you can certainly free ourselves from many beliefs, and those beliefs could be handed down to us from family, culture, personal experiences, and environment. And you'll be surprised that the environment really takes a lot of impact on the outcome, on our pain as well. So just take, for example, when you walk in nature, have you ever stopped and said, a particular fruit you buy in supermarket, why is it that we can plant it in this country? So easily you could find the easy answer straight away, a straight answer to you, saying that different climates. So the same thing with our pain sometimes, that the environment also contributing to how our belief shape. The house we came from, the people that we are associated with, everyone will have a one way of to influence upon us. And it takes a lot of taking a step back, having a reflection upon your journey of life, and question those beliefs. Not only will the benefit of freedom establish a strong imprint on our mindset, but our mental and psychological well-being will also significantly improve. Many of us are very careless with what we consume electronically, from social media, from the news, from the newspaper. And each of these things that we consume, it also have imprints in our beliefs. So that's why that we have to have some boundaries, some features, some values that guide us to what we give our time and our resources to. So it is no accident that big companies and political parties pay a lot of money for advertising and propaganda to imprint thought and influence on you. And you'll be a mistake if you think that it doesn't happen. Because in today's world, indirectly, your ability to think for yourself is greatly reduced. And why is that? It's because of technology, trends, and means of using them are expanding. Finally, in the world of AI and deepfakes, there are many actors who significantly desire to control and influence the mind of others. It does not help when there are already many unhelpful beliefs existing. Whether breaking and reframing them, it is very difficult to embark on the path of freedom. Those who are already on this journey have one thing in common: the ability to reflect and critical thinking. It will require time to disconnect and filter what you hear, read, and listen to. It is not too late to start your path to freedom today with a simple step. Examine your beliefs. So the path of freedom begins by examining your beliefs. Your belief systems is a system that develop right from the birth, from the environment that you are born to, environment that you raised, the book that you're consuming, the education that you had. All those things contribute to it. And for you to exercise the given freedom that you have, inherited freedom, you have to begin to examine your beliefs. And some of those beliefs, you have to let them go. So until we meet again next week, please stay safe and have a wonderful week. Ciao.